All right, so since nobody's going over the basics of Summoner's War Chronicles, I'm going to teach you guys the basics to getting your power up, what monsters you should be using, where to get your runes, and what materials you need to get and where to get them. So, first off, we're going to start on your runes. So, for runes, you're going to want to go to Path of Growth and Path of Adventure. This is where you're going to get most of your runes. Around level 9 and 10 is when you get your 5-star runes. That's where you want to get everything. As you can see, from level 8 to level 9, it moves to 5-star, and the minimum you're going to want is around 120k power. You can be below it, but I highly suggest you don't, because you have to have the right teams if you're going to be below it to be able to even clear it a little bit. So stick to what you can do, because these entries are very limited. These things, I can't stress this enough. This Compto has made it really hard for us to get entries into the Kairos and the Path of Adventure, or any of the paths, that is. So make sure you're spending these really wisely. I wouldn't spend them if you're trying to get the levels up. I'd save them until tomorrow and use your entries for when you get to the rune that you want to farm for. So like if you're on level 3 tier lands right now and you need 4-star runes, don't use your entries or your extra entries. These things, hold on, let me find them. These things right here, don't use these until you get where you need to be. That goes for the Kairos. That goes for all of the paths, everything that you have entries for. Also, another thing that I didn't mention is if you're about to get off for the night or something like that, and you need enhancement shards for your runes. Easiest way to get them is literally disassembling. You can get so many enhancement shards from straight up disassembling your, where do I go? Your runes. So I already did this, for example, earlier for somebody else, but let's say you have some runes that you're not using. I have 5 stars and 4-star purple, so I'm not really going to use these blues. So if I wanted to disassemble, let's say, just disassemble a few, so I have some that's remaining in the 4 stars, just in case. Just disassembling 5 plus 12s, I get 200 back. Now, I've already disassembled all the ones that I need. You're going to be getting at least 600 per disassemble, because you're going to be disassembling so much stuff in the beginning. I'm getting near the end game, so I'm not getting as many rune uh, rewards, so I don't have as many. But just from disassembling, you can see how many I have. Let's check. Let's check. How the fuck do I do this? That's not the right. I'm pressing all the wrong things. Oh my god. Go to monsters. Go to runes. We want to enhance a rune. Oh, I was there already. I've got 1,500 and then 122,000 sky stones, which you get just from killing people and gathering, which I'm going to go over here in a second. So yeah, make sure you're disassembling those. And same thing goes for your items. But it's a lot more important with your items, I've noticed. You don't get as many items as you do runes. So I highly suggest don't plus 12 any of your things right here until you get to 5-star. If it's green, you can plus 12 too, because the power requirements for this are crazy. So once you get to around green and blue 5 stars, you can start plus 12ing then, but everything before that, I suggest plus 9. As you can see, I kind of messed up. I couldn't really plus 12 any of my 5 stars because I used all of my materials for the 4 stars. But the best way to get these right here, the enhancement shards, is to farm. Let's go over here. Blacksmithing. You want to farm these. Now, the reason you're going to be farming these is because you're going to get a lot of enhancement shards once you destroy these. So I made about 15 of these hammers and destroyed them, and I made about, I want to say, 220 enhancement shards off of about 15 breaks, which is pretty good for how cheap they are to make. As you can see, it only takes 3 platinum ingots, 3 mithril, 1 silver, and 1 normal lumber. And normal lumber is really easy to get. That's sturdy tree trunks and normal branches. You get these from kiwi trees and shit, and you get these from any tree. Random percent drop. You get about on average 2 on every 3 gathers. So they're not that hard to get. You want to farm a bunch of these, craft them all, get get the ones that you need. Obviously, if you don't have purple 5 stars, keep them, upgrade them, and then destroy the ones that were dupes. That's basically the best way to get enhancement shards. One more way to get enhancement shards, if you really want to, is if you go to, it's not subjugation, it's training. If you go, is it subjugation? No, I think it's the raids. Yeah, oh no, the rifts. So if you want to get more, the best way to do that is to use your entries on the rifts if you can. Level 3 is going to be really hard for you to do, so I wouldn't really do level 3 on either of these unless you're 200k power plus. Highly suggest you don't do them yet. Even I honestly still wouldn't really do them because I'm at 194. So I'd still be doing level 2, which you probably want around 150k for. But really the difference in rewards that you get if you just want enhancement shards aren't that drastic, not gonna lie. So doing level 2 specifically for enhancement shards over level 3 isn't the end of the world. So you still have that option. What do you get from raids? Reed Hill is dog shit. Why would you ever do Reed? Yeah, I'd suggest don't do either of these. These are really bad. Obviously do these if you can. Guess not. Do this if you can. I don't think anybody in the world has beat this yet. Well, they probably have now. Successful. Oh, so people have done it. Okay. Yeah, but I wouldn't really focus on Foggy Prison and get fucking way further in. So don't focus on that. Next, we're gonna go on to your power level and what monsters you should be using. So for your first summon, you're gonna get 30 rerolls to pick whatever nat 5 you want. I think it's possible to get 2 nat 5s from one. So you can sit there and do all your rerolls, restart it, reroll again. So you don't really have 30. You have as many as you want to get whatever you want. I've heard you can get LD nat 5s from it, but the monsters I suggest you getting are DPS units or a healer if you're not Kina. If you are this girl right here, Kina, you don't want to get you do not want to get a healer as your first because it's going to make it a lot harder for you to progress into the story. The element I suggest you get is water because the last enemies in the last 2 areas, chapter 4 or act 4 and act 5 are water and fire. Act 5 being fire. So water is going to be your number 1 useful guide in that and beating the story. Konamiya right here, this bird, you're going to want him at your soul link spot until you do an ultimate. Once you do your ultimate, you're going to switch over to a 5-star. If you have one built, you don't need the 5 stars. You can stick to 4 and 3 stars. And it'll do both ultimates. And then after the timer, whatever it is, like 15 to 12 seconds, switch back to Konamiya. The reason you want to use Konamiya is, oh my god, Konamiya is the best unit in the game. Hands down. So let's say you want to kill a boss and all of a sudden your health gets really low. So let's say your health is like right here for each of your units. And you use your heal spell to heal it, but it only gets you to like right here. And he's about to use another big skill. You use this, use it again, it's back up. Another heal instantly. Same goes for these two right here. And it builds your ultimate meter so fast. And then for the next skill, it does a giant heal around everyone. Like, look how much it heals for. 8,000 per hit for only 3 mana. That's 24k if you have all your mana stacked. 24,000 health. How much does my Chandra have? Around 58,000, 59,000 health. That's half of his health just off of the second skill. And if you use this twice, you get double of these heals, which is even more. How much does this give you? Gives you double 7,000 heal. So that's 14,000 on it. That's automatically max heal if he's low. And not to mention the overtime. So use Konamiya, pick a water DPS unit for your select unit, and or a healer. And then for your third, I'd probably pick Shannon because she gives you defense and attack buff, which is really good. Shannon's going to be one of your main enemies in Arena. So is Theo. If I go in here, there's a Shannon right here. Konamiya, Theo, Konamiya, Theo, Shannon, 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 Theo. A whole team of all three of them. Like, that just shows you how much these three units are used. Honestly, as of now, it's been a week since the game is released, so everybody gets Lapis if you do all your missions. I suggest Lapis over Theo all day because she's an AoE damage dealer, big DPS, and her third skill is crazy. I haven't even read this one. All the enemies applies attack down, increases skill target cooldown or target skill cooldown based on the number of shots, blah blah blah. Yeah. Lapis is going to be your water DPS unit if you can get her pretty early on. I'm still building her, but my main team is these three. And then to get your power level up, you're basically you're gonna want to do these right here. No, not these. Go to your guard journal and your area dungeons. These things will give you all the evolution items you need. You get 4 for here. Each time you complete the very hard one, you get 2 5-star rainbow mon. So that's 8 here. That goes for 4 stars, and you get 3 3-stars. So that's 12 3-stars. Sorry, I blanked out for a second. 12 3-stars, 8 5 and 4-star Angelmon. Same for this. 1 2 3 6 instead of 4. And then for Florence, there's 8. And then for Ruku, 4 5 6 7 8. There's another 8. That is so many evolution Angelmons or Rainbowmon for all of your monsters. So that's easy max evolution for Kona, easy max evolution for your for all your 4-stars. I could do her right now, but I don't have the levels for her. I don't have the leveling things, but that's how you're gonna get your power level up. You build those up, get your evolution, get your runes from the path of growth on the path of adventure, grind them out, save your entries if you can, upgrade your runes to plus 12, and use those monsters. You will get carried through the story so easily. For the Breath of Life, a lot of people have issues with these. Over time, you're going to get a lot of monster pieces. So you're going to go to what I just did. Over here next to Summon Altar, you have Exchange Pieces. You go here, you go to 3-star pieces, scroll down to Breath of Life. Get as many as you want, man. Get as many as you want. You get so many 3-star pieces from this game because they give you so many summons that it gives you unlimited Breath of Life. Like, it's ridiculous. So you should never struggle on Breath of Life early on. Once you get later in the game, it's a different story. But with 4 stars, look at that. I could get 5 times 200, which is 1,000 right there. If I did auto select. So there's 1,000 right there. And then we've got 1,000 right here. Probably another 1,000. Yeah, probably around 3,000 Breath of Life just from my monster pieces. And you don't need that many. So that's how you're gonna get your Breath of Life, your essences obviously from Kairos, and then your runes you're gonna power up to plus 12, and you're gonna get your evolution up from the guard journal. So that's really all there is to leveling up. There's nothing else that you need to worry about other than your monster compositions, which I've already covered. Last and least important, you're gonna want to focus on gathering. So for certain areas, you're gonna need, or not for certain areas, for certain professions, you're gonna need to gather certain items. So let's say we need to get these handiwork craft tools. You can only craft them. You click it. This is gonna be your biggest helper. This blue icon right here. You're gonna click that, and it's gonna take you to the recipe. Now, I don't have enough to make the normal lumber, to make this because I don't have enough normal lumber. So I'm going to go here, click the blue circle again, and it's going to show me that there's a recipe for it. The recipe for this is sturdy tree trunks and branches. Now let's say we didn't have any sturdy tree trunks. The way to find where you get these is you click it, do the same thing you did for the recipe. Go here and it'll show you all the areas that drop it. So the top one is apple trees. So if we move to this area and we go farm an apple tree, which I will cut to in a second. Okay, once it takes you here, you're going to look around the area that it took you to. And you're going to look for the little sparkles around the edges. When you see those sparkles, that means that you found one of the trees. You walk up to it and the tree will appear, because for some reason the sparkles appear, but the tree doesn't. Here we go. You saw the sparkles first and then you see the tree. So you collect it. We got one apple. Ooh, a sweet apple. That's another one of the rare drops. You get a percentage from this tree to get it. We didn't get any sturdy tree trunks from that one, unfortunately. Most of the time you'll get at least one, but sometimes you'll get unlucky, and that's just how it is. But that's how you get the rare drops. Same thing goes for like 4-leaf clovers and stuff, which is really important for the outfits. So if you want to get, say, well, I had to farm it for mine, so go for my headpiece. Where is it? Oh, I already made it. Whatever. For some of these, you need the yarn balls, which take clovers. And in order to get the clovers, they're also another rare drop. You click this, and it shows that it drops from lavender and basil. You go to move, and I'll cut to it again. It'll take you down to the area. I'm not pressing anything right now. It'll take you to the area that you need to go. And once you get here, it'll stop. I mean, I'm already here. I don't know why it's still going. Okay. And you look around and you look for the lavender. Sometimes you can get really lucky, get the lavender off of first drop. But most of the time you're going to need this guy, bro. Okay, thank you. Let's make that a rule, by the way. Anybody watching this video, if somebody comes up to you and starts gathering, just report them, man. If they start gathering the same plant that you are gathering, just report them. I'm tired of seeing this. But you'll get lucky sometimes, and you'll get a drop. See if we can get one here. The 4-leaf clovers are a lot harder to get than sturdy tree trunks. I'd say if you circle this whole area one time and things are spawning, like maybe 3 here and then a couple in this area, from over here, on average you'll get about 2 circling this whole area, maybe 1. They're not very easy to get, and you're gonna need a handful of them. So that's how the rare drops work, with sturdy tree trunks, 4-leaf clovers, etc. It'll tell you what it drops from, and you need to gather from those. But yeah, that's basically all of the everything you need to know about Summer's War Chronicles at this moment. If there's anything that I didn't cover and you guys would like to know, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make a second video on whatever specific thing that you want me to teach. So thank you guys for watching. Like the video, and see you later.